Suffering is not a punishment for the anointed. It is the currency of heaven. It is the sacred transaction required to purchase a weight of glory that the earth cannot understand. And as of this moment, a divine audit has been completed. Your account has been declared paid in full. They saw your struggle and called it failure. They witnessed your tears and called you weak. What they never understood is that you were not being buried. You were making a deposit. Every moment of pain, every betrayal, every season of lack was a down payment on a kingdom. The transaction is now finalized. The suffering has officially ended. Chapter 1. The divine audit is complete. There is a silence that has just fallen over your life. It is not an empty silence. It is a full one. It is the silence of a verdict being rendered. A gavel striking a block of celestial wood, echoing through realms you can feel but cannot see. For years, your existence has been loud with the noise of struggle, the clamor of lack, the screaming alarms of anxiety, and the constant grating sound of your own spirit fighting to survive. That noise was a soundtrack to a war you thought would never end. But a shift has occurred. This is not a metaphor. It is a spiritual fact. A divine audit has been conducted on your soul's ledger, and the conclusion has been reached. The debt of suffering has been overpaid. The balance is now tipped so far in your favor that the universe has no choice but to issue a refund of unimaginable proportions. Think of it like this. For every tear you cried in secret, a record was kept. For every act of kindness you performed that went unrewarded, a note was made. For every betrayal that cut you to the core, a celestial accountant logged the damages. For every night you went to sleep with a hungry stomach or a heavy heart, the entry was written in ink that does not fade. The ledger also contains entries you have long forgotten. The time you gave your last few dollars to someone you felt needed it more. The moment you chose integrity when deception would have been easier. The countless instances you held your tongue when you had every right to unleash a storm of justified anger. These were not small things. In heaven's economy, these acts of silent character are weighted like gold. The architects of your pain, the system that held you down, the individuals who took from you, they all believed their actions were without consequence. They operated under the assumption that no one was watching, that the spiritual books were not being kept. They thought no one would check them. They were wrong. Heaven keeps real receipts, and your file is overflowing with them. This audit was not a simple review. It was a meticulous line-by-line examination of your entire journey. It was a court case where your resilience was the primary evidence, and your survival was the closing argument. The jury was comprised of forces you cannot comprehend, and their verdict is eternal and non-appealable. It is written into the very fabric of reality. Now, the verdict is, you are not just innocent of the charges the world leveled against you. Unworthy, not enough, a failure. You have been declared spiritually solvent, more than solvent. You have been declared wealthy beyond measure. The suffering was the investment. The long, brutal, agonizing years were you buying spiritual stock at its lowest price. While everyone else was investing in fleeting material things, you were forced to invest in faith, in resilience, in hope. And that stock has just matured. The ticker symbol for your soul just went vertical, and the returns are staggering. This is not a gradual upswing. It is a market chattering event, a hostile takeover of lack by abundance. In the coming hours and days, you are going to feel this shift in your physical body. It may begin as a sudden stillness in your mind. The usual chatter of worry will just stop. You will try to find it out of habit, like a tongue probing for a missing tooth, but the space will be empty. A profound calm will settle in your solar plexus, a place that has been a non of tension for as long as you can remember. This is the first sign that the audit is complete. It is the feeling of a massive, lifelong weight being lifted, not by your own effort, but by a divine decree. Do not question it. Do not try to analyze it. Your only job right now is to receive it. The world operates on cause and effect. They believe you must do something to get something. But you have entered a new economy, an economy of grace. Your doing is done. The suffering was the work. The endurance was the labor. Now is the season of receiving the wages you have earned. This is not a gift, it is a payment, a retroactive settlement for services rendered in the harshest of conditions. The universe is now legally, spiritually, and contractually obligated to flood your life with the richness you are owed. The doors that were sealed are not just unlocked, they have been taken off their hinges. The resources that were withheld are not just available, they are now being routed directly to your energetic address. The suffering has ended. The audit is complete. The payment phase has now begun. The ritualistic anchor. This is not a message you simply hear. It is an activation you must anchor. This is your assignment. Like this video. This is not a request for approval. It is the physical act of sealing this verdict into your reality. It is your signature on the divine contract. Subscribe to this channel. This is how you join the collective. It is your declaration that you are no longer an isolated soldier, but part of an awakened army. You are connecting to the grid of the anointed. Comment with the number 77. This is not a random number. It is a divine code, an energetic signature that confirms your active agreement with this new reality. You are stamping your file with heaven's number of completion and perfection. Replay this message in the background. Let it play while you sleep, while you work. This is not for entertainment. This is to saturate your spirit and recalibrate your subconscious mind, overwriting the old programming of lack with the undeniable truth of your new rich life. Do this now. Chapter 2. Recalibrating the vessel. Your body is the first territory that this new wealth will reclaim. For years, your physical form has been a battlefield. It has borne the brunt of the suffering, holding the stress in its muscles, the fear in its nervous system, and the exhaustion deep in its bones. It learned to operate in a state of high alert, a perpetual fight or flight mode that became its baseline. The state of being was necessary for survival in the barren lands you just left. But it is entirely incompatible with the rich life you are now entering. Therefore, a mandatory recalibration is underway. You are not just getting a new life. You are getting an upgraded vessel to live it in. This process will feel strange. It may even feel unsettling at first, because your body has forgotten what peace feels like. The absence of chaos will feel like a void. In the coming days, you will notice physical sensations that you cannot explain with logic. You might experience sudden jolts of energy, a tingling in your hands and feet. This is not a medical emergency. It is your circuitry being rewired. Your nervous system is being upgraded from an old frayed copper wiring system that could only handle the low voltage of survival to a fiber optic network capable of handling the high-frequency bandwidth of divine abundance. You might find your sleep patterns changing dramatically. You may sleep deeper than you have in a decade, waking up feeling a sense of renewal that is utterly foreign. Or you might find yourself waking up at 3 or 4 a.m., not with anxiety, but with a feeling of profound clarity and stillness. This is a sacred time. This is when the divine programmers are uploading the new software into your being, free from the interference of the waking world. Do not fight it. Use this time to breathe and feel the new reality solidifying within you. You may also experience what feels like energetic growing pains, a dull ache in your joints or muscles that has no physical cause. This is the sensation of your energetic body expanding, stretching to accommodate the new, larger auric field you are now holding. It is the old, dense energy of trauma being pushed out of the cellular memory to make way for the light. Your senses will sharpen. Food may start to taste different. You will taste the life force, the energy within it. You may lose your appetite for the processed dead foods you used to eat out of convenience or emotional comfort. Suddenly, things that you consumed, without a second thought, excessive sugar, cheap alcohol, synthetic ingredients, will feel like poison to your system. Your body is now rejecting anything that does not align with its new higher vibration. Colors will appear more vibrant, more saturated. The sky will seem a deeper blue, the green of the trees more alive. You are not imagining it. You are beginning to see the world, not through the grimy filter of suffering, but with the clear vision of your spirit. Music will sound different, touching you in deeper, more profound ways. You are not just hearing notes. You are hearing the frequency of creation. Even the air you breathe will feel different, cleaner, charged with potential. The very texture of fabrics on your skin might feel abrasive or soothing in a way they never did before, as your body's intelligence awakens to its new environment. Reframe the past physical pains. That chronic fatigue you battled for so long, that was not a weakness. It was your spirit deliberately conserving energy, putting the body into a low power mode to save every ounce of strength for this exact moment of activation. It was a strategic hibernation, that extreme sensitivity, the way you felt everything so deeply, the emotions of others, the energy of a room, that was not a flaw or a curse. That was your divine antenna being tuned. You were being trained to read energy, to discern truth from falsehood, a skill that is absolutely critical for managing the rich life you are entering. You had to learn to feel the lie before you could be trusted with the truth of abundance. Now that same sensitivity becomes your greatest asset. It is your internal guidance system, your spiritual GPS, navigating you toward blessings and away from traps. It no longer just warns you of danger. It now hums with recognition when it encounters a person, place, or opportunity that is part of your divine blueprint. This recalibration is not gentle. It can be disorienting. You are shedding a skin you have worn your entire life. Allow the process. Rest when you feel tired. Drink more. Be alone when you need to be. You are a holy temple undergoing a sacred renovation. The construction noise will soon fade, and you will be left standing in a renewed vessel, strong enough, calm enough, and whole enough to contain the immense blessings that are already on their way. Chapter 3. The gravity of your new aura of the second wave of this transformation will be external. It will be seen in the way the world and the people in it begin to respond to you. For the longest time, you were either invisible or a target. People looked past you, dismissed you, or actively attacked you. This was a consequence of your old energetic signature, one that broadcasted struggle and lack. It attracted predators or made you unnoticeable to those operating on a frequency of power and success that has now been irrevocably altered. The divine audit has not just changed your internal state, it has fundamentally rewritten your auric field. You are now broadcasting a new signal. It is a signal of immense spiritual wealth, divine favor, and profound power. And the world is about to react to it with astonishing speed. This is the law of spiritual gravity. Just as a massive planet pulls smaller objects into its orbit, your newly dense and powerful aura will begin to pull people, opportunities, and resources toward you. The very same people who once looked down on you will now look up to you. They will not understand why. They will suddenly find you fascinating, wise, and compelling. They will feel a pull to be in your presence. This will be confusing for you at first. You will be suspicious of their sudden change of heart, and you should be. Their change is not born of repentance. It is born of instinct. They are unconsciously sensing that your stock has soared. They are the spiritual equivalent of fair weather investors rushing to associate with a winner they previously shorted. Watch for this specific sign. Old acquaintances, former colleagues, and even estranged family members will suddenly reappear. They will reach out with a casual text, a sudden friend request, an invitation for coffee. The message will be light, but the intent is heavy. They are probing your new reality. Their questions will be indirect, but pointed. So, what have you been up to? You seem different. Or, I had a dream about you the other night. Just wanted to see if you were okay. This is not genuine concern. This is reconnaissance. They are trying to get information to understand the source of your new light. They will be baffled because you don't fit into their old box for you. Your peace will irritate their drama. Your silence will be louder than their noise. They are looking for a weakness, a crack in the facade, but will find only solid, impenetrable calm. Your assignment here is not to be bitter or vengeful. It is to be discerning. Be polite, be cordial, but be a vault. Do not share the sacred details of your transformation with those who were comfortable during your suffering. They are not worthy of witnessing the mechanics of your miracle. They are simply auditors of a different kind, sent to confirm the rumors they are hearing in the spirit realm that you have arrived. You will also notice a shift in how animals and small children respond to you. Dogs may become calm and docile in your presence, and babies may stop crying when you are near. They are not influenced by social status or bank accounts. They respond to pure energy, and yours now reads as safe, powerful, and peaceful. Conversely, you will notice a new caliber of people entering your life. Individuals who are secure, successful, and spiritually aligned will appear as if from nowhere. They will recognize you, not as a project to be fixed, but as an equal. The conversations will be different. There will be an immediate rapport, a sense of having known them for ages. They will be about purpose, growth, and creation, not about drama and lack. These are the connections your new frequency is attracting. These are not coincidences. They are divine appointments. The universe is now building your new tribe, your board of directors, the support system required for the next level of your assignment. The isolation you endured was a form of spiritual quarantine. It was necessary to protect your energy while it was undergoing its metamorphosis. You had to be kept separate from the contaminating frequencies of doubt, jealousy, and mediocrity. That quarantine is now over. You are being released back into the world, but not as you were. You are returning as a quiet sovereign, and the gravity of your new aura will ensure that only those who can respect the throne are allowed into the throne room. Observe this shift. It is undeniable proof that the change is real and that your perceived value in the world has been permanently upgraded. Chapter 4. Defining your spiritual wealth. The phrase rich life has been weaponized by the world to mean one thing: an accumulation of money and material possessions. This is a shallow, hollow definition designed to keep you trapped in a cycle of endless striving. The rich life that has been decreed for you is infinitely more expansive, more potent, and more satisfying. The suffering did not end so that you could merely buy a bigger house or a faster car. It ended so you could inherit the kingdom. And the currency of the kingdom is not paper. It is peace, time, clarity, and divine alignment. This is the true wealth you have earned. The first and most precious asset you will now possess in abundance is peace. Not the fleeting calm of a quiet afternoon, but a deep, unshakable peace that resides in the very core of your being. This is the peace that surpasses all understanding, the kind that can stand firm in the midst of a storm because it knows the storm has no real power. This peace is an active force, a shield that deflects the anxiety, drama, and chaos of the outside world. For years, your mind was a war zone. Now, it is becoming a sanctuary. This peace is the foundation upon which all other forms of wealth will be built. Without it, $1 billion is just 1 billion anxieties. With it, a simple meal becomes a feast. The second asset is time. The system of lack is designed to steal your time. It forces you into a frantic pace, working jobs you hate to buy things you don't need, leaving you with no time for your soul, your purpose, or your loved ones. You are living in Chronos time, the relentless marching chronological clock that always feels like it's running out. That theft is over. You are now being moved into Kairos time, divine opportune and qualitative time. This is a dimension where time bends and stretches for you. An hour of focused work will yield a day's worth of results. Days will feel longer, more spacious, filled with meaning, rather than just activity. You will accomplish more with less effort. The frantic rush of deadlines will be replaced by a divine rhythm where everything arrives and completes in its perfect moment. You are stepping off the world's hamster wheel and onto a moving walkway powered by grace. Synchronicities will align to save you hours of work. The right person will call at the right moment. The information you need will appear just as you look for it. This is divine efficiency. The universe is now working as your personal assistant, managing your schedule to maximize your impact and your joy. You are being given back the years the locusts have eaten. The third asset is clarity. The fog of confusion, doubt, and indecision that plagued you for so long is now lifting. Your intuition, which was once a faint whisper drowned out by fear, is becoming a clear, authoritative voice. You will simply know things. This knowing is a physical sensation, a deep, solid certainty that settles in your gut or your heart, bypassing the frantic analysis of your logical mind. You will know who to trust and who to avoid. You will know which door to walk through and which to leave closed. This clarity is priceless. It eliminates wasted energy, prevents disastrous mistakes, and puts you on the direct path to your destiny. The period of suffering was a brutal training ground that forced you to develop this muscle. You had to learn to rely on that inner knowing when all external indicators were screaming failure. Now that finely honed intuition becomes your primary tool for navigating your rich life. It is your direct line to the divine, providing you with insider information on the best investments for your soul. Finally, you will inherit the wealth of divine alignment. This is the richness of living a life where everything flows. It feels like a homecoming. The right relationships, the right opportunities, the right home, the right work. It all begins to click into place. Not through struggle and force, but through surrender and magnetism. This is the result of your vessel being recalibrated and your aura broadcasting its new powerful signal. You are no longer fighting against the current of life. You are the current. The suffering taught you what was out of alignment by making it excruciatingly painful. Every dead-end job, every toxic relationship, every failed venture was a lesson in energetic mismatch. You now know at a cellular level what does not belong to you. This knowledge makes you a master of discernment, able to effortlessly attract and accept only that which is in perfect harmony with your highest good. This is the holistic 360-degree wealth that awaits. It is a state of being, not just a state of having. Chapter 5. Exorcising the ghosts of lack. Just because the war is over does not mean the echoes of battle will fade overnight. As you step into this rich life, you will be confronted by the ghosts of your former reality. These are not external enemies. They are internal programs, deeply ingrained patterns of thought and behavior that were born from your long season of suffering. They are the ghosts of lack, the phantoms of poverty, the shadows of unworthiness. Your next critical assignment is to recognize these ghosts, face them without fear, and exorcise them from your new kingdom. This is not a sign of regression. It is the final and most important test of your promotion. The first ghost you will encounter is the flinch of fear, An unexpected bill will arrive in the mail, or a small appliance will break. Instantly, your body will react in the old way. Your heart will pound, your stomach will clench, and a wave of panic will rise in your chest. This is the ghost of financial insecurity. It is a deeply programmed reflex from a time when a small setback could mean total disaster. In that moment, you have a choice. You can let the ghost possess you, sending you spiraling back into worry and fear, or you can perform the exorcism. You must stop, take a deep breath, and speak directly to the fear. You can say it out loud or in your spirit. You are a memory. You have no power here anymore. This is a new economy. The supply is infinite. This is handled. You must consciously and deliberately choose the new truth over the old feeling. Every time you do this, you weaken the ghost's power. The second ghost is the reflex of self-sabotage. A wonderful opportunity will be presented to you. A promotion, a loving partner, a creative project that feels like a dream. It will feel too good to be true. And a voice in your head, the ghost of unworthiness, will begin to whisper, "You don't deserve this. You're going to mess it up. Who do you think you are? Remember what happened last time." This ghost's mission is to convince you to reject the very blessings you have earned. It will tempt you to push away love, to procrastinate on the opportunity, to find flaws where there are none. The exorcism here is radical acceptance. You must accept the blessing without question, without negotiation, and without needing to feel worthy of it.